We're live, we're back. Guys, welcome back to another Pepsi live stream. It's been a little while since we've been live. This is gonna be fun. We are back. I hope you guys all had a great President's Day weekend. I had a fantastic one. I went over to Austria for just a quick little Euro long weekend, and today we're gonna make some Austrian food. So I went over there to ski. Never been to Europe before to ski. First time, it was incredible. We got lucky, we had some snow. Turned out to be a perfect weekend, but the food was incredible. I have not eaten a lot of Austrian food. The classic is the Wiener Schnitzel and then the Spätzle, which we're making today. I think I'm saying that right. Spätzle is, I think we got some clips here from the trip. Yeah, show the gondola clip. This was, okay, so here we'll start with the skiing clip. Beautiful snow. Honestly, if it didn't snow, it would have been a little depressing because it was about 40 degrees and everything was pretty melted. They had not gotten snow in like 2 months out there, so it's all ice. But the Europeans kind of love that style of skiing. They all, which I noticed, look how beautiful this is though. The mountain ranges out there are incredible. Like you go to the Rockies, you're impressed by that. You go out here and see the Alps. I will say the Alps kind of kick the Rockies' ass. They're just so vast, and we had a beautiful blue sky, sunny day. You could see for miles and miles. Look at that. I mean, look at that picture. You kidding me? With the cloud line right below it, and then you have the peaks. Incredible. The first day you couldn't see shit. Couldn't see a single thing. Couldn't see 3 feet in front of you. Was not ideal, but the snow did come. And then the second day is really the incredible day. I mean, yeah, look at that. I guess the Grand Tetons can kind of compare, but that was something else. Now the skiing, the U.S. is a much better place to ski. I think there's no one that's really going to debate you with that in Europe. Again, the views. This is what I liked about this, which we don't have, at least where I've skied in the U.S. They don't shut the mountain down. You can stay at the top at the bar for après ski, having drinks until whenever you want. It's ski back at your own risk. So this is at sunset, the sun's going down, but you could stay there and you could go back in the middle of the night with a headlamp if you wanted to. So to me, that was something new. That was pretty cool. So skiing down the sunset, I liked. But this is what I was saying, the Europeans love their skinny little skis with the sharp blades, the racing skis, and they just stay on piste. They stay on the groomers and they go down. So if it's icy for them, they don't care. So I brought my skis over, which are like 107 underfoot. The Europeans were looking at these bigger, wider twin tip skis like I was an alien. They were so shocked. To them, it was like surprising, but no one goes off piste there. So all the fresh snow is pretty much untouched. You could ski a fresh line throughout the entire afternoon. If that was in the West Coast, as you see now, they're getting dumped on in California and Colorado. That stuff is gone by by 9 a.m. The first chair gets the freshies, and that's pretty much it. Anyway, so food-wise, food was incredible. We're making the Spätzle today, which is really like a very simple, it's easier to make in pasta. It's more similar to a dumpling, like the dumpling in a sense, not the Chinese dumpling that's filled, but a dumpling that you'd eat in a soup that has either some meat in it sometimes, but it's more just like a bread, flour, or a flour, egg, and water mixture that then you cook in the broth of the soup. This is a little different. This is closer to pasta, and they serve it with cheese and chives. I think I have a photo of this, Harry, if we can pull that up. This is what I had my first meal there on top of the mountain in a little shack. If we have the photo, great. If not, this is what we're trying to recreate. Now, I've never made this before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how I go through a recipe that I've never made before. Because a lot of people ask, do you know to make this and that? There's a lot of things that you make for the first time, and this is how I go through it. So a little trial and error. It might not be perfect, but that is the point. Like I said before, the point of cooking is not to be perfect every time. It's just to have something that's edible and have a little fun. So, to get started, I think Rudy's going to join us at some point, but what we have here, the base is we have 2 cups of flour, we have 2 eggs, we have about 3/4 cup of water there, and that is going to make our dough. And then to finish, we have some Gruyere cheese that we're gonna melt in there, and we have an onion that we're going to fry up, and then some garlic. So pretty basic here. How's it? I'm looking at the chat. Yeah, Ryan, if you guys were just joining us from the Yak, Ryan took that fall. I hope he's doing all right. I know he got taken out of here. Yeah, thoughts and prayers with Ryan right now. That was not a pretty fall. Like that looks painful, especially shoulder stuff. You never want to mess with shoulders. They're not fun. So let's get some W's in the chat for Ryan. We got to get him going. Pray for Ryan. Yes, Ryan is probably the nicest guy. No, you know what? No, Ryan is the nicest guy that works at the company. So couldn't have happened to a better guy, unfortunately. You know, you want that to happen to like maybe a Nicky Smokes or, you know, someone that people can kind of gang up on. But Ryan is not the guy that happens to. So thoughts go out to Ryan. Buck Hill, Minnesota, 80-day for, yeah, that's crazy. The other thing too, yes, the price of skiing out there is mind-blowing. Like the biggest expense is getting out there, sure, but once you're there, food is cheaper, drinks are cheaper, and lift ticket is cheaper. I skied for 3 days, $250 total for 3 days. Right now, if you go to a Vail resort, you can't even get a day pass for that cheap. I think a day in Vail on a peak day is like $300. That's insane. So yeah, you ski for 3 days for $250, nothing. A beer at the top of the mountain, €3, which is exactly equal to the dollar. Maybe they have a cent on us. $3 for a beer. At the top, that's 14, 15 easily at a resort in the States. Unless you go to some that I'm not even going to say because everything's getting swallowed up by the big resorts. So we're going to stick to a Euro trip, though I highly recommend. Buck Hill, shout out Buck Hill. Shout out any of the tow road mountains. Buck Hill, Highlands, you can get tons of laps there. Yeah, ski day in the U.S. ends at 3:45. Last chair there was 4:15. And like I said, if you take the last chair up, they don't care. You can stay up there as long as you want. So skiing out in Europe, if you've never been, highly recommend doing a Euro trip. You don't have to go for that long, too. I mean, I went for 5 days. Worth it. 100% worth it. Besides the fact they lost my skis on the way there, and they lost them on the way home. I don't have them now. So that wasn't the best luck. But the day, they brought them right to us the second day. So the first day, they rent full kits out there too, which was great. I had a rental jacket and a rental snow pants. I bought gloves for like €20 and then just went with sunglasses on. So not the end of the world for day one, but yeah, it's nice to have your own skis. And now hopefully they show up here back in the States, but you know what? We're not gonna worry about it, doesn't matter. All right, let's get started, let's get cooking. I have some water simmering. I have a pan of oil here. We're gonna fry up some onions. Do we have the picture of the dish we're trying to make? I'll resend that to you, Harry. If you, I think I sent it. That's the first thing I sent. Yeah, you have that. It's right after the ingredients. So if you can pull that up, great. If not, maybe I can just show the. Let me just do a zoom in here. This is what we're going for. You guys can't see this, can you? No chance. Oh, this camera. Here we go. See that? Kinda. Is it in focus? All right, that's what we're going for. It was like kind of like a mac and cheese. It was delicious. First thing I ate up there, I said, all right, we're gonna try to make this when we get home. So here we go. And I asked the guy at the hotel gave me the basic recipe for this, and he explained it to me, and it really wasn't that hard. So this isn't something that's. I think we're gonna be all right with this one. So flour is gonna go in. This bowl might be a little small. Flour, let's make a little well here, kind of like you're making pasta. 2 eggs will go in. Let me get a fork, start beating those. A little bit of salt. And then let's get some salt in that water too, like you're making pasta. A couple spoonfuls of salt go in there. Okay, we'll crack on with this. All right, what are we saying here with the chat? Japanese knives not worth the cost? No, I disagree. Japanese knives are definitely worth the cost. Yeah, you get a good knife, it's like a good pan. It's gonna be more expensive, but it's gonna last longer. So the quality you're gonna get out of the expense is 100% worth it. Take good care of them, they'll last you forever. We're a little overexposed on this. I'm gonna see, that's all right. It's just flour and eggs going in here, and then slowly add the water. And you want this to be a thicker mixture is how they were explaining it. Oh, another thing that happened out there. So, I made a mess. Whoops. The guy that worked at the front desk, he had a twin brother that I didn't know about. So we're talking to this guy at the front desk. Yeah, I'm making a reservation. Okay. We made reservations down in town. We get to in town, the waiter is the exact same guy, exactly the same. I go, it felt like I was in a horror movie. I go, wait, we just talked to you at the front. Now, how did that work? He's like, oh, he has a twin brother. So the twins got us. But yeah, and then we started seeing those guys around. Everywhere we'd go, we'd see the two twins. It was a pretty small village, but everywhere, I swear to God. I have expected on the taxi ride back to the airport for it to be one of those guys turns around, and that's how you start like a a terrifying movie. So I'm just adding water to this until it keeps on thickening up a little bit here. Everybody there though was shocked. There were no other Americans there. There's maybe one that we ran into, but all the Europeans were like, you came out like they couldn't understand why we came that far to ski. They're like, you came this, you know, getting out there took almost like 30 hours. Getting out there was a pain in the ass. It didn't help that I took the wrong train 2 hours to a different middle of nowhere town. That didn't help with the timing wise, but they were like, you guys have great mountains in America. Why are you here? There's just something about being abroad. You know, everything's more exciting. Everything's a little different. You don't know the language. It's fun. You're getting lost. You know, the food is great. All the buildings are so much older than we have here. And then you just get a new experience. I think, you know, traveling, especially as a cook or someone that likes food, the more you eat that's different, that you're not exposed to, the more that, you know, the more ideas you have, the more creative you can be, and so on and so forth. Yeah, W twins. The twins were, you know, I feel bad doing the voice, but the voice is very funny. It's just, it's the German accent. Gives me a kick every time. So this is a little too thick. You want it to run off a little bit more than this. How's it going there, chaps? We got people popping in here. All right, let's see. I think that is good. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get some butter browning, because this cooks very fast. The thing about this, it's not gonna take too long to cook, maybe 2 minutes max. I'm gonna go a little bit more water. And we might adjust after the first test batch here. So we should see. Okay. We're gonna start with that. I'm not 100% sure that that's where we need it to be, but you gotta start somewhere, and then we can adjust, like I said, if the first batch doesn't work. Now, the thing with Spätzle too, you need to press it. Traditionally, you usually have a press. You put it in, you press it through. If you don't have a press, you can use 2 things. 3 things actually. You could use a slotted spoon, something with holes in it, press it through. This is not as ideal because you don't have much surface area. Or you can use a grater, cheese grater, not on the side that's coarse, this side that's smooth. You can press it through a cheese grater. Or what I'm going to use is pasta strainer. This is perfect here. You have the nice size holes, goes right on top. Push the dough through here. So we're gonna use the strainer. But you got a couple options of kitchen tools. Okay, what am I doing? Brown butter. So butter, I'm gonna go medium heat on this. About something right there. Did you try doner? I actually didn't try the doner out there, no. No, but I did try the McDonald's out there. We had one late night. And I will say, McDonald's pretty good out there. The few items they had that we don't have here, they had a McChili burger, which was like a hamburger with like a spicy, not like a chili like we have in this sense here, but it had chili peppers on it. So maybe that's where the chili came from. The McChicken, they call it McCrispy. Best McChicken I've ever had. I think that's just because you get better quality chicken in Europe, but the thing was like this big. The thing was a good 2 inches thick. And we're talking real deal McChicken there. They had a sauce called Devil's Kiss sauce. Very good. It's very spicy. I should have brought a couple packets of that home. That was good. So overall, much better quality. But again, if you go to Europe and at McDonald's, or really anywhere else, the quality is always better just because the food quality is better. So, 9-piece McNugget. I don't know if they have not. I think it was still a 10-piece. Let's see. Living in Germany currently, would love to see try some schnitzel. Yeah, maybe we'll do schnitzel next. Schnitzel's great too. Schnitzel, you know, traditionally it's either pork or veal, and then it's like what we have here, like a chicken cutlet, pounded super thin, but then they batter it and fry it, so you get a very nice, and they serve it with a nice jam. So maybe next time we can make that. And then they have, you know, sausages are really good over there. The bratwurst, some Lederhosen. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else I had that was pretty unique over there. I don't know. Oh, the pancake, the dessert, yes. I don't have a picture of that, or Harry doesn't, but I have a picture of it. That is something I will try to make. It's a Dutch pancake. So think of it as like, text you, I can text it to you? Okay, perfect. So I'll try to explain it as I'm talking. So what it is a, I don't know, from what from eating, it's super sweet. You put it in a dish, and instead of a pancake that's thin, it kind of rises up on the outsides, super flaky, and the middle is like nice and custardy. I'm bouncing up and down because I'm excited just thinking about it. And then they put a lot of powdered sugar on top. They brulee a little bit, and you get this like texture of crispy sugar, and then you get soft custardy inside, and then nice, rich, kind of flaky outside. Harry, I'm sending you a picture right now. Wait till you guys see this. This was delicious. So this I will for sure try. Maybe on the next, we'll see it on the next live stream. Next week, we'll be here, I believe on Wednesday. I don't want to say that definitively because I don't know for sure. But we have a couple more live streams. Maybe I think one a week through March, but don't quote me on that. Okay, anyway, right now, we'll slice up some garlic. This is for the brown butter, excuse me. Sorry guys, my voice is a little scratchy from all the travel, but we're powering through. I might have to just take a spoonful of honey here. But garlic, if you're ever feeling like you're about to catch a cold, take a piece of garlic, raw garlic, eat the whole thing. There you go, there's the pancake. Look at that. How good does that look? I mean, come on. Come on. That was delicious. And, oh, we're gonna try to make that next week. Okay, butter is slowly bubbling away here. You can turn that up a little bit. Yeah, so eating a clove of raw garlic, it sucks. You try to just crunch it a few times and I swallow it like a pill almost with water, but it does cure you like that. So you have some sliced garlic. I'm not gonna put it in just yet. Put this off to the side. And then I have an onion here. And I know I put a G in my onions. I've always, the pronunciation, I don't know how I got that in there. I've been trying to actively think it, but I've been saying it that way for so long that that's just the way I say onion. 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 Okay, let me peel this. This we're gonna thinly slice. We're gonna lightly bread it in some flour, and then we are gonna deep fry for that crispy fried onion on top. And it's good to let this, you wanna let this kind of sit for a little bit and see if you get this bubbles to start to form. I'm gonna use a bigger spoon to whip this. What I saw from my research is you want it to kind of start to bubble almost. So I think you activate that by stirring it a lot. See, we're getting a little bit of bubbles in here. Okay, yep, see we got, see there, see that? Did you see the bubbles? Oh, I took it off camera, shit. Shoot. Bubbles, see that? See that? I don't know if we saw that, but it's bubbling. That's the sign we want. Put that to the side, okay. Butter, slowly turning brown. I don't want to put the garlic in just yet. So I will slice my onions here. I'm just gonna go really thin slices. I think though, I went with a good group of, there's 5 guys on this Euro trip. We all decided for sure once a year, a Euro ski trip has to happen. So I think next year we already agreed on is going to be Chamonix in France, which I was all about because France is my bread and butter. I've never been to Chamonix. If we go there, being able to speak the language will make it very easy to get some cool access points, I think. So next year is Chamonix, and I think the snow will be better. We got lucky with snow this time, but like I said, if we didn't get that, it might not have been as good. So next year is Chamonix. So a little bit of flour, excuse me, a little bit of flour on these onions here, and then we'll put that in the hot oil to start to fry away. If we can see, we have the overhead. There we go. Sorry, the camera's moving here. So those will just start to bubble up. Oh, and that smells amazing. Anytime you're frying up onions, it smells great. Okay, butter is starting to brown slowly here. Looking good. We got an onion in there on accident. Onion. Now I can't get that how I say it out of my head, so I just shouldn't have said anything. Okay, butter's bubbling away. Give these a kind of a stir. Let's get a tray and a towel ready for those. Perfect. Butter's starting to smell really nutty, really nice. We're gonna go ahead and put our garlic in. And it's at such a low temperature, I'm not worried about the garlic burning. And that's gonna continue now to infuse with that butter. Perfect. Let's clean up a little bit here. Oh, and then we have the Gruyere cheese that we'll grate in just at the end. And they used oh, there he is. And Rudy, the man of the hour, is here. Just in time. You got a mic right there if you want to pop that on. You're fine, man. Honestly, it was nice to be, we didn't have to deal with any banter starting on. So Rudy made it. Rudy, hey, thank you. I have to wash my hand. All right, Rudy, how you doing?
A little frazzled right now.
Yeah, why?
Well, there's something, I just became a car owner.
Yes, and you're already
getting my car serviced.
See, that doesn't seem like it should be happening this soon. It seems like a new car.
It is a new car.
Shouldn't it be getting serviced a week into purchasing it? That's
yeah.
What do I know?
That's sort of usually what you'd say. But on top of that, I had to switch the schedule around today. And then I was just standing in the waiting room. I didn't, since I'm new to car ownership, I didn't realize that, you know, mechanics move at their own speed.
Oh yeah.
Not to typecast or stereotype all mechanics out there.
Well, you kind of are.
But I am, and I will. And I was just standing there for 10 minutes just waiting for someone to be like, hey, my tire pressure's low. And then my Uber on the way back was a block away, just canceled. I was trying to find Uber support to try to complain, and you can't even complain about that.
Mm-hmm.
So then I had to switch providers and go to Lyft. But you know what never lets me down?
A Pepsi.
A Pepsi.
There you go. I was going to say, just relax, have a Pepsi Zero, and get back. Pepsi Zero sugar should make you feel a little bit better there.
Oh, that's good.
Wait, so wait. You went to the auto shop for low tire pressure? You know you can fix that on your own.
No. So when I got the car, they said there's something a little funky with the back right tire. If the light pops up for low tire pressure, just bring it back in. We'll take care of it. And so I did. It popped up. I don't think it helps that it's 1 degree out. So I brought it back in.
Okay. It is cold. You're out of breath. Catch your breath, please.
You're out of breath.
Well, no. The people on the stream are going to hear, please catch your breath. And then, okay, so we were talking about Europe. We were talking about Austria.
Okay.
We're making an Austrian dish. Mm-hmm. I was just over there. You kind of missed all the anecdotal stories. You've been to Europe. You played hockey out in Europe a little bit, or
I didn't. No.
Okay.
I forego.
Never
I've been to London.
Okay.
Yeah, I could have played pro in Europe, probably in like Azerbaijan or something, but I decided to go to Barstool instead.
Well, I'm glad you made that decision.
My name, I think, is pretty Austrian. Rudolph, German Austrian.
Yeah. Yeah, it's close to another traditional Austrian name. So we're making the Spätzle here. Spätzle, I think is like actually how they say it. So if you want to grab me, actually, I'm gonna scrape it through here. Okay, nothing's happening. Rudy, we need more. I need you to get a bigger spoon.
Okay, big spoon.
Grab this spoon and load it into this one.
Okay.
And then we're gonna start pressing it through here.
Pressing it through. I was watching the stream on the way here, and I saw you making bubbles.
Yeah, yep, I was making bubbles.
Making bubbles on it.
Okay, so now it's starting to fall. So I need a better okay, stop, that's good.
Oh, okay.
I need another spoon.
Yes, chef.
Well, this is the first time I made this, so I told the people, oh, we're getting some action here. Perfect. So see how we're getting those little balls to fall in there?
Yeah.
Yes, it's working. It's going.
Okay.
Hell yeah, okay. I'm happy now.
So this is Austrian pasta?
Yeah, similar to more of a dumpling. I mean, it's German. German and Austrian have, they're basically the same, speak the same language, have the same food. I think it varies slightly, but so, and you got to work fast because as soon as it starts floating, it's technically done. So I'm going to say that's going to be that for that first batch. And what I'm going to need from you is to run over and, actually, I don't need you for that.
Okay.
I just need cold water now. I should have got this earlier. I wasn't.
You put cold water in it?
No. You put in cold water to stop it from cooking.
Ah, okay.
And then you transfer it to the brown butter, and then you serve it. So what we're gonna do now, so now this is, from what I understood from the twins, I don't know which one of the twins, but he told me once it floats, it's finished. So it's floating.
It doesn't look very finished.
I think it's finished. It's floating. It's supposed to just float when it's done. We'll let it go a little longer, but I don't want to overcook it. It's such a small piece of dough.
True.
It's like this big. So usually once something's floating like this, it's done. dumpling wise. So yeah, I mean, I also don't know if like overcooking it, like pasta turns it into mush, so I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna shock it in cold water right now. Stop the
Shock it, baby. This is a little contrast therapy.
Yep, exactly.
Hot then cold.
Hot then cold. You got it. Okay, and then we'll do another batch of that.
Now I just watched another chef movie.
Okay, which one?
I watched The Menu.
Okay, that one's more of a goofy one. That's a funny one.
No, I just want to know. Just let me know if we're all gonna die.
No, not not yet. I did like that. The character that's like, oh, like he wants to touch all the equipment and go, oh, you have a Paco jet? Like,
Yeah.
fuck, that's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, very. I mean, because that person does exist, but and then they.
Why are chefs so weird? Oh, they're all so weird.
That's not. No, they're not.
You're like and you are a goalie. You're a goalie on top of being a chef.
I guess that doesn't help my case for being normal.
Yeah, you're doubling down on the weirdness.
Yeah, goalie and chef back to back isn't great. I don't know. I can't answer that question. I think the same answer for being a goalie to being a chef is like, the thing is, why would you really want to do that? Like, who wants to kind of stand in bed and get hit with shit?
Yeah.
And chefs that work as career chefs in restaurants, it's a lot of people are like,
That
I
was
don't
largely the message of The Menu.
want to do that. Yeah.
Why am I working so hard, pouring my heart, soul, blood, sweat, and tears into something that people I don't even know, people that don't even care about me.
Right, but
My art has been bastardized.
everyone's appreciative of it. I don't know.
Critics.
It is nice. I mean, cooking for other people is the most enjoyable part of cooking. Like when I cook for myself, it's never as intricate as if I'm cooking for other people, for guests. You know what I mean? Like the level, I still make something that's decent, whatever, but it's not like, the passion's always there a little bit more when you have someone eating it, which I like. Okay, so how's the chat looking? I'm not even.
Let me take a look.
Why don't you take a look at the chat?
They're asking what Japanese knife brands you recommend. I recommend Toyota.
Japanese knife brands? I mean, it depends. Are you buying them from the States? If you're buying them from the United States, go to Korin. It's a shop in New York. They have a spot online. That's where I get my Japanese knives stateside. And then if you're in Japan, just find someone. Go to a dealer there, and you'll be
Look for the knife guy.
You'll be fine. Just don't go to like a touristy place. Don't like. There are some traps there, so you do have to be careful. But Korin, Korin sells great knives here, stateside, handmade Japanese knives. That's what I recommend. Okay.
Also, the first name of a great Game of Thrones character, Corrin Halfhand.
I don't remember that character. Who's that?
It's briefly in it. He goes north of the wall with Jon Stones, and he.
John Stones?
Or John. I'm sorry, I was thinking.
I don't know if I trust you that this is
Jon
a
Snow.
real
Jon
person.
Snow, and he goes north with him, and then Corrin asks Jon to kill him so that he can then go as a double agent with the Wildlings, and then he meets Ygritte. And
Ygritte's nice. Okay, so Rudy, you have do you want to say this or no?
do I want what? Sorry.
I was gonna talk about some streaming stuff. We're talking about streaming, but
Oh yeah, I do have something coming. People have been asking where are the streams. We're working on something nice. I'm not ready to release yet, but it's going to be a combination of, I would say, Dr. Phil meets Michael Scott meets,
okay, I'm gonna stop you there.
Tyra Banks.
If you want to be able to catch all the
dynamic.
pasta, you see that little trick I did right there, guys?
But it's coming soon, guys.
If you can't get all the things strained out, what you do is you make a little vortex like this, so you get it all moving in the same direction, and then you just trap it.
catch it.
You trap it all like that.
like
Boom.
fishing.
And now exactly like fishing, Rudy. That's what I always say.
You're looking different. You got the beard going.
Yeah, I do have this. I've been growing this out for a couple of weeks. You'll see in the video probably coming out tomorrow and next week. It's looking at the worst it ever has. But I don't know. I think it's at
You
a
always
point
said you
where
couldn't grow a beard, but you were just lying.
I never tried. This is the first I've ever tried. It's the first time I've ever tried.
Looking like a World War II soldier.
So, yeah, I mean, usually with blonde hair, it's harder, but the front is blonde. So
Actually, you're kind of looking more like Civil War.
I like, what, Civil War is good.
That's the kind of music
Well,
you like
depends
too.
on what side you're on, but I don't. Okay, we gotta get this clear too. I do like old music, but it's not strictly Civil War music. That's kind of crazy. There's a couple tunes of marching songs that are good on the northern side, and other than that, I like old music from like the '60s, but not, it's not all from.
You listen to war
1864.
tunes.
A couple war tunes. There are some good ones at World War II. Sink the Bismarck. Johnny Horton wrote that one. John Paul Jones, another good one.
Who could forget?
So yeah, those are good. And then I like a lot of Marty Robbins, a lot of cowboy western music, a lot of bluegrass. So, and of course, now If you like bluegrass, the king of bluegrass right now is Billy Strings.
Yeah.
But
Hank and Donny are legitimate bona fide Billy Strings groupies at this point.
Hey man,
I respect it.
come to a show. He's here in June. If you see him live,
I'd love to go to a
you'll
show.
understand it. Next thing you know, you'll be coming around, seeing him all over the place with us. So we have our brown butter and garlic now that's warming up. Donnie has a beard. Yeah, you can't. It's hard to see. It's blonde. It's blonde. Okay.
But it looks a lot better than expected.
You see it?
Yeah, you can see it. You
Okay.
could have a nice mustache too.
Thank you, Rudy.
Yeah.
This is the nicest Rudy's been to me on a live stream. So look at that. You're not gonna say anything back to that? Okay, no, guess not. I'm gonna strain this. Where's my other strainer? There we go.
Right there, chef.
Use a chinoise. This is called a chinoise, Rudy.
Chinois?
Chinois. Yeah.
You're a little short for that. I got you.
Chinois. It means Chinese.
It means Chinese? In what?
French.
Oh. I didn't know.
Excuse me. Sorry.
You got a cold?
No, I'm coming off of one. You know, it's at the tail end. But
Oh, and that looks good. And then you fry it?
and then you kind of just toss it in the butter.
Oh, this is fun.
You want to toss it
Do I
around.
do I have to give it one of those little flips?
I'll grate some cheese.
Do I give it a little toss?
Do you feel confident in that?
Oh
or no?
yeah, I got that, baby. I got that rhythm.
That's not bad, not terrible, not bad. Okay.
As long as it doesn't fly out of the pan, I'm doing good.
Okay, a little Gruyere cheese here. I'm gonna grate.
Oh, this looks yummy.
That looks really good. Honestly, looks really. For the first time ever making this too, I'm very happy with the texture and the consistency of that.
Do I need to let
pretty
it?
good.
Is it not cooking or just letting the pan heat it?
The pan's fine. That's good. And then we finished it with the little Gruyere cheese, and that's it. And now,
Oh yeah, you got more flick than I do.
well, you're kind of like pushing and going under it, so you want to like
Oh okay.
something like that. Okay, a little cheese. We're gonna let that all come together. I'm gonna chop up some chives here.
I can't quite get it. There we go.
Yeah, it's like the motion is like, you're kind of like pushing under it and coming up on top. Pop. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
We lost a couple.
We lost a couple, but that was pretty good. Well done, Rudy. Well done. Okay, I just need to clean up a little bit here. You want to pull that garbage can underneath me?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Man, the chefs impressed me. You guys move so quick.
What do you mean?
Like every time, like I was getting a smoothie the other day, and it was this one lady just making all the smoothies, running the cashier, and I felt so bad for her. I was like, God damn.
It's kind of fun though. Like working in a busy restaurant is way more fun than working in a dead restaurant. When you have something that you constantly have something to do, you're moving around, it flies by.
Oh, I hit the
When you have,
I hit the oven
It's
or
fine,
the
it's
stove.
fine, it's fine. When it's not busy and you have like, a couple of people and then you're just sitting around,
Yeah.
you can only clean shit so
You're
many
like, does my
times.
food suck? Do I suck?
No, yeah, well, that's kind of always in the head. All right, so let's plate this up, bowl, and we'll finish with chives. So keep this on the heat, which you just turned off, until that cheese kind
Sorry,
of
chef.
melts. That's good. We'll do a little bit of salt.
Which one is the heat? The
You
back
know-
left?
There,
Let me touch it.
and I'm gonna do some thinly sliced chives here.
Austrians in the
Re-
chat. Does
um,
this look crazy
Harry,
good?
can we pull up the picture of the original dish and see how we did? Yeah, any Austrians out there? Morgan.
Shout out to my Austrians. Shout out to Emil Romig.
The best part about being Europe, you know the old Kroll show clip where he pretends to be a European? Have you
No.
seen that? Oh, wow. Then never mind. Okay, so that's what we're going for. I think we're pretty close.
Okay. Yeah, shout out Emil Romig, my teammate from Austria. Weirdly, before we were teammates at Denver, I fought him in juniors.
Really?
And he is like a tiny little Arnold. He is ripped.
I bet.
And it was the hardest fight I ever had. It was like 2 minutes. I almost died from heat exhaustion. But officially counted as a tie. It's not a loss.
Yeah, no, the Europeans are like, for lunch, maybe 2 hour, 1/2 hour, 2.5 hour.
Oh, I have seen that. Yeah.
We have 2-3 bottle of red wine, maybe
yeah.
chocolate cigarettes for dessert.
Yeah. He's like, 1/2 hour, 2
1/2 hour, 2.5 hour.
Have espresso with cigarette. Yeah, I have seen that.
Okay, so that's what we're going for on the right, and then this is how we ended up. Let's get our fried onions on top.
Oh, really good point, HB Tubes. Donnie should be wearing a beard net.
No, not when you're cooking for yourself. And actually, I don't think I've seen anyone wearing a beard net. That's a chef. Beard hair, that's like a cafeteria thing. Finished with chives.
Dude, that looks really good.
Thank you.
Nice job.
So, there we go. There's our Spätzle. A couple more chives on top. I think not bad, honestly.
That looks really yummy.
Not
Theirs was
bad.
Theirs was a little bit more. I guess I could say a darker shade, but that looks very good and presentable.
Yeah.
It almost
thank
looks
you.
like Cheerios with cinnamon on it.
It kind of looks like Cheerios.
Or
with
no,
cinnamon
cereal,
on
not
it,
Cheerios,
sure.
cereal.
Yeah, all right. I wouldn't have said that, but okay. Well, now we try it.
All right, big test.
Big test here. Let me take a picture of this.
Flick up, dude.
I think I might have already done it.
Phone eats first.
I'm losing my memory here.
Phone eats first. You already took a picture, but all good.
I think I took a picture.
You did, yeah. That was like 30 seconds ago.
Okay, well, it's all right. Let's get some forks here. One for you, one for me. And of course, any good food, any good Spätzle is better and deserves a little Pepsi. So I'm gonna grab a Pepsi Zero Sugar for myself.
For sure, I got
Rudy already
mine.
has one from
got
off
mine.
the top. Oh, we got Max. Max, come try this. We got another person in here too.
Come on, baby.
Max is gonna give this a try with us. We made some Austrian food here.
His
So.
spidey sense tingled. Spätzle.
So
Yo.
this is the thing that
Yeah.
your Instagram.
I tried to remake it. Maybe it needs a little bit. I changed it, put a little bit more cheese, maybe.
That's good. That's good.
But the texture is perfect.
Austrians well renowned for their food.
I think that's very passable. The texture I'm very happy with. I'm very pleased with. I think I'd go a little bit heavier on the cheese. It needs a little bit of salt, to be honest. It needs a little bit of salt.
Nice onion flavor in there.
But other than that, that is very good.
That's a good winter dish.
That is good. Yeah, very good. Their food is very wintry, very mountainy, as you can imagine. That's very good though. And guys, that's how you do something for the first time. Again, this wasn't a terribly hard recipe to make, but I recommend going out and trying this. Easier to make than pasta. Yeah, you just saw that. We whipped that together in no time. It's a couple ingredients, flour, eggs, a little bit of water, and there you go. You have some Spätzle. And Max, you want to have 2 of those?
Let me start with this one. I almost finished it. I was going to try and chug it, but
You just housed it.
Guys,
got a little-
that's going to do it for this live stream. We're going to be back again next week. Maybe we'll try to make that pancake thing. I got to look up the name of that. But that's going to do it for this episode. Rudy's going to town on the Spätzle. Max, get back in there.
get back
You're
in
good.
here.
All right, boys. Enjoy. And guys, we'll see you next time.
Thank you for having me.
Cheers, cheers.
Here you go.